They keep telling you so many stories about how wealth should be managed, how heirs should behave, how investments are supposed to be done. But have you ever felt like none of it really fits anymore? Like the old ways, the traditional models, the polished boardroom speeches, they just don't speak to what you see when you look ahead? Those stories, those rules, they're made for a world that's already fading, breaking apart under the pressure of new generations who refuse to keep playing by its outdated script. The next-gen heirs, those born into privilege, into massive opportunity, are done following maps drawn by others. They see the cracks in the old systems, the lies disguised as safe bets, the blind spots where risk metastasizes into missed chances. They inherit more than money. They inherit responsibility, but not in the way that's been handed down before. It's not just about preserving wealth. It's about revolutionizing how wealth works, how it multiplies, and what it even means. The problem? The weight of legacy can crush the very dreams it's supposed to nurture. Founders and investors watch as their children sometimes buckle under expectations, trapped in legacies they didn't create. The power to change the game lies dormant in the next generation, often wasted on traditions that shackle their imagination. What if the heirs could be the ones who burn down the whole idea of safe investment and rebuild it with fire and vision? What if they could rewrite the rules, not just inherit them? Imagine this. Instead of being afraid to break the mold, they embrace the chaos of emerging markets, the uncertainty of tech disruptors, the promises hidden in climate innovations, or human-centric ventures born to heal, not just profit. Imagine heirs who don't just sit on wealth, but wield it like a tool for change, a loud, bold statement that money can and must serve a higher purpose. The truth is, many suffer from the invisible prison of legacy. It looks like privilege, but feels like a cage made of expectations, fear of failure, and centuries of "that's how we do it." The ones who dare to question are branded as reckless, their visions dismissed as youthful naivety. Yet, these very heirs have a power the system never prepared them for. The power to question everything, to think beyond borders, to refuse to play safe and small. The urgency is real. The world won't wait for anyone. The systems designed for stability are crumbling, and the chance to shape tomorrow is here, now. Next-gen heirs know that the old guard's investments favor the known, the tried, the predictable. But the future belongs to those who thrive in unpredictability, who see opportunity where others see chaos. They are wired differently. They crave meaning, impact, and control far beyond simply preserving a fortune. Winning in this new era means mastering a different mindset. Wealth is no longer about survival, it's about transformation. To do that, the next-gen heirs must unlearn every rule they were handed, every dictum about risk, every fear of standing apart. It means becoming sovereign, owning their will as the sharpest tool they have. It means building alliances not based on convenience, but forged through shared fire and passion. These connections, they're the real capital, the links between misaligned brilliance that, when combined, become unstoppable forces. Most importantly, the revolution is a long game. Patience is power. It's not about quick wins or flashy deals. It's about slow, relentless change that shakes the foundations of entire industries, opens uncharted territories, and shifts power from the comfortable elite to the builders of something genuinely new. The great heirs understand this. They play a deeper game, one about legacy not as a chain, but as a launchpad. Here's a truth that shakes the core. The world's greatest wealth transfer is not just financial. It's about legacy of values, of vision, of seizure of freedom from the invisible chains. This freedom is brutal. It demands courage to ask the hard questions, to risk alienation for the sake of truth, to reject conformity even if it means standing alone. But there is hope, and it's electric, because the next generation is not alone. Despite feeling isolated, misunderstood, or trapped, they are part of a quiet rebellion that grows by the day. They gather not in loud crowds, but in select circles, in networks woven from shared courage, fierce intelligence, and refusal to settle. It's not about belonging to a place or a nation or an institution. It's about belonging to a movement of becoming sovereign, critical, transformative. This movement is a sanctuary for those who understand that aligning with the wrong people wastes not just resources, but souls. Selectivity becomes a weapon. It's about who you link with, those few who burn as fiercely as you do. Partnerships here are not transactions, but alchemy. And here lies the secret many overlook. The real shifts happen when radical individuality meets synergistic connection. Alone, power fractures, but together, the misaligned find alignment that blows the system apart from within. This is how wealth can be revolutionized, not by following the herd, but by forging unbreakable bonds of rare fire. For those founders, investors, and professionals watching, there is a choice. Keep watching the old world fade with dread, or ignite the spark of this new era by empowering next-gen heirs to break out of their cages. Imagine investing not just in assets, but in autonomy. Trust that those who inherit your legacy can transcend it, take it higher, bolder, realer. This means letting go of control. Yes, that's terrifying, but it's also liberating. The heirs who succeed will be those who discard fear of imperfection and failure. They will be the ones crafting futures that openly reject the comfortable lies of tradition. They will be sovereign architects of not just wealth, but of what it means to own one's life in a world that shrinks borders, but expands possibilities. This story is not for everyone. It's for those who feel the quiet fire inside, the restless voice that says, there must be more. More freedom, more connection, more transformation. The immense power you need is already inside, waiting to be ignited by the right sparks, by ruthless patience, by facing truths others avoid. So ask yourself, are you ready to be part of this revolution? To leverage legacy as a launchpad, not a prison? To invest deeply, recklessly, with heart and mind together? Because the next-gen heirs are already here, pushing against every wall, every rule, every expectation that confines them. They are the revolution, not tomorrow, not someday, but today. Don't just watch, don't just listen. Join in the making of a future where investments mean freedom, where wealth is a tool for transformation, and where the few wild, brilliant, misaligned sparks come together to light up the world like never before. This is how next-gen heirs will revolutionize investment, by rejecting the safe, embracing the unknown, and rewriting everything we thought we knew about legacy, power, and what it takes to build a future worth living for. No more chains, no more cages, just relentless fire, just the few who dare to become more,